Hello Pisces, this is Bubba Cantera. I have your July 2020 spread done. I think this is my first Pisces video, so I just wanted you to see my face, get a feel for my energy, my vibe, before I just pull down to your spread here, because it's a really, really intense, powerful one. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major arcana cards here. And then you have 2 of the same cards, so I tried to clarify, and one card came up twice. It's really, really powerful, and I'm not gonna lie, it took me a minute to really get a hold on the overall message, because I got several, so hopefully it resonates with multiple people. I definitely want you to just see what I'm seeing first. I should just say, a lot of spiritual awakening cards here, a lot of signs that you've evolved or you are in the process of evolving, which is good. You showed up as the moon card, so that's always for me a good sign when you're present in your own spread, because it means that you are kind of in the midst of taking hold of your life if you haven't already. The High Priestess, to me, had the most powerful energy of the whole spread, and that's a first for any of the videos I've done. Normally the very first card for me is the most powerful, and I've been lucky enough that whenever I pull a card, the first one is Major Arcana as well. So yours is one of the first where, yeah, I'm getting energy from like halfway through the spread. So I want to say that I get the feel that you are in a good space right now. You know that good things are coming, but mostly because you're happy with where you are. You don't seem like you're closed off to evolving and moving forward, but you're in a very natural headspace to where you're not forcing anything. So that could also be why. I think you're almost too chill, you're almost too calm. Not necessarily because you're complacent or you're getting lazy, but just because you already know, you're comfortable in knowing that, hey, my 9 of Cups, which by the way is the card that showed up twice here, you know your 9 of Cups is either you have it or you know it's coming. And it definitely is coming, because it's showed up more than once. It should start with the very first card. I have the 6 of Pentacles, clarified by the 9 of Swords. So that's a pretty easy interpretation for me. I got the vibe that you might be showing one thing, one situation, or one person more attention than something or someone else. And I like this picture because I feel like the person here is giving to somebody that already has. Meanwhile, someone a lot more, this person seems a lot more, I want to say they're not as destitute as this person here, and meanwhile this person is kind of focusing on someone that's okay and has more than this person does. I feel that's a good analogy. You might be overlooking someone that really needs help right now, or that really wants your attention, and I also see this as a sign to be very, very careful verbally. You may carelessly say something, especially since you're in such a good place right now and you're so chill. You might just thoughtlessly say something that really hurts somebody that's already hurting. So I would definitely keep an eye out on who in your life is extra sensitive, who's an extra need, and when you're around that person, I would be very, very careful. Don't treat them like they're fragile, but also help them out a little, give them some positive reinforcement, and don't be so brash with your words. Don't be so quick to start an argument or engage in an argument, because this is the Knight of Swords. This is someone who is very thoughtless and very careless with what he says, quick to argue, and it normally always backfires. So this could also be you having to run away after you've started something that you might regret. So I definitely want to start that out there. And again, as I said, the first card is normally the strongest. In your case, it's not. So this either resonates with a very small amount of people, and or it's something that's very minor. So this person that you need to pay attention to. Yes, they're hurting. Yes, they're emotionally unfulfilled and missing you, but it's not something very huge. It can be fixed. You just have to be careful and be very thoughtful with the things you say and how you treat them. Next, here's where obviously I got the most energy, as I said, the High Priestess. I'm just gonna move these clarifiers out the way really quick. So, just want to give some space here. I know my workstation is very, very crowded. And thank you all for your patience. I have the Hierophant, Justice, which is my card. I'm a Libra. The High Priestess, which is Virgo, and yeah, I get Virgo energy, but I also get Pisces energy from this for you. So I do see this as being you for some reason, especially since, as I mentioned, I see you in the process of being very spiritually awakened. So I will put the clarifiers back. I just really wanted you to see that major arcana energy here that just came out. And as I don't know, you've never seen my other videos, as this is the first Pisces. I'm very, very picky about my cards and how I spread them. I will shuffle for as long as I can until I get the okay that these are the cards that are supposed to come out. And some cards are easier than others, obviously, but these cards really wanted to come out. It wasn't a struggle. So this big major arcana energy is definitely happening for you. I should start by saying, for some of you, I see the obvious, especially with the Justice. You know, it means legal proceedings, a battle of some sort. Can also mean karma in some way. And some of you could be coming out successful in terms of a legal battle, and that's really good, especially since the Nine of Cups did clarify the Justice card. So for some of you, the winnings you get from this legal success could change your whole life. And this interpretation of the Nine of Cups, this person is literally like free. She has her arms thrown about, like she just looks like she was released. So I do see this as some of you being released from all financial burdens in the very, very near future because of something you get legally, or who knows, I try not to specify, but if it is something that has to do with the courts, you're definitely going to come out victorious, and what you get from it is going to change your whole life. You probably won't ever have to worry about money again. That's the definite vibe. And I do feel that because the Nine of Cups came up twice, this is going to happen for you all, but in different ways. So I'll touch on the first way, which, as I said, could be a legal battle. The Hierophant is right next to it. So yeah, it's definitely some type of struggle. Definitely with society. Definitely there's a lawyer, a judge present. So that's fairly obvious. Because the High Priestess is next to it, and it was flanked by the Queen of Cups in reverse, I am feeling that when you do get this Nine of Cups, to keep it to yourself. The High Priestess is somebody who's very in touch with herself, very spiritually in tune, but it's also a sign to keep a secret, or that secrets are around you. And I'm taking that, being paired with the Queen of Cups, as the need to keep a secret. And especially with this too, I'm seeing as when people in your life find out about this Nine of Cups, and I think it's just going to be such an astronomically large amount of money that everyone around you is just going to like be after you. You're going to have so many new best friends, so many new family members hitting you up that you haven't seen in a while, and they're all going to want some of it. They're all going to be begging you. And you could even interpret this as saying, well, hey, when you do get this money and you do start giving it away, make sure you're giving it to the genuine people and the people who really need it, as opposed to the people that are slightly dishonest and really don't have good intentions. And you may actually do need to speak up and say, hey, this is my money, I'll do with it as I please, and please don't come begging, I earned this. So that can be for a select few of you. A legal battle doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing, but I do see it's something that you've been waiting for a long time. And I am getting heavy emphasis on keeping it a secret and making sure that the wrong people don't come after you for it, because you will be asked to give away some of your Nine of Cups here. Also with the High Priestess, I'm definitely seeing a heavy need for meditation and to speak to your inner self. I think with great money comes great responsibility, and you don't want to waste it. You don't necessarily have to, set a life plan, but you don't want to spend it mindlessly. And the only way to really know where you want to go in life and what things will give you this freedom is if you really sit down with yourself and try to figure out where you want to go from here. I think that, the universe is speaking to a lot of us right now, and when this comes up, I think it's always a sign to listen and try to look for signs and just sit in quietness for a bit. Especially with the Queen of Cups in reverse here, it could also be a sign that you're not listening to your inner voice and there's something that needs to be said, or something that is something or some type of energy is trying to speak to you and you're ignoring it or not seeing it. It could be because you're distracted because you're in a really happy place right now. Especially the Ace of Cups here, it's really, really good energy. The Hierophant really did kind of throw me off a bit because I got this almost oppressive energy from it. And it could be that a lot of people around you are trying to tell you how to use this Nine of Cups. It could also be a lot of people around you are trying to be in control of your spiritual beliefs. I do also see here with this top spread, you're striving to be a good person. That was one of the first things I got from the spread as soon as I pulled the cards here and looked at it as a whole. I do see you fighting off what the idea of being good is. You could be getting rid of prior teachings, how you grew up religiously, the things that were instilled in you as a child. You could be trying to get rid of that, and you're trying to find your own idea of what's good and set your own belief systems. And I feel like from even just you being a good person and you trying to be a good person, a lot of good things are coming to you. The Ace of Cups, I do see, especially since this coincides with this, they both were clarifiers right next to each other. I see the smartest thing to do with your money is to create something and is to start something artistic or meaningful, not just business for business sakes. Like, I do see you creating something that's going to help a lot of people, and that could be why the High Priestess is here and why you have to really sit with yourself and try to fight off what your idea of good is versus what everyone else's idea of good is. That's just for a small segment of you. It was just really, really heavy energy in terms of karma and justice and inner knowledge. I do see that here too. And it's all kind of in relation to each other. It all coincides, and I feel like you'll know when your Nine of Cups is coming because you're gonna be starting to think about a lot of spiritual things and a lot of society and how society views being a good person. I think you'll know that it's coming to you when those thoughts start to cross your mind. So I just felt the need to say that. That felt really heavy. Again, I do just want to reiterate, when that Nine of Cups comes, this was a really important message to keep it to yourself. And maybe not buy anything too flashy, not show it off on social media, not rush to go on vacation. Just really sit with the money and decide what you're going to do with it before in any shape or form you let people know that you have it. And that is if you even let people know you have it. So to go further down, I also feel like you're either in a relationship or you're both growing together, because your card came out to clarify the King of Cups. So the King of Cups to me, I'm sorry, it's a father figure or a very long-term relationship. I usually feel that when this comes out in a relationship, that this is a boyfriend that is not necessarily, which is gross to even say, but it's not necessarily like a father figure to you, but it's someone you're dating, someone that you take advice from. You could be the type of relationship where when you have a really hard decision to make, like, you call your boyfriend up first before you call anyone else. And I feel like that's a good thing. If you have it, it's not bad at all. But in the spread, I am seeing the need to not do that so much, especially with the High Priestess here. Because even with the Hierophant and the Six of Pentacles, like, this person that you're dating could even end up being one of the people that you do need to kind of keep this from. Or he could be one of the people that, you kind of do have to separate your ideas from his ideas. And also, for a select few, I got activism. So you could be dating someone and you're both activists, and you could kind of be at an impasse between his ideas and yours. Because I see a whole paradigm shift here for almost all of you. And it's very rare, because I try with my readings to say, hey, well, maybe a small group is feeling this and vice versa. But for you, for all of you, I really feel like your whole reality is going to change in a way, but it's not going to hurt. It's not going to be a shock. It's going to be a very slow moving thing. And as soon as it hits, immediately, that's when the abundance comes. The abundance is what's going to feel like very, very sudden and very, very huge. Yeah, I don't think I've ever, I don't want to say never, but I haven't really seen Nine of Cups come up twice in one spread. So I feel like that's definitely a huge sign. But this could also signify that, hey, maybe the person you're dating is also someone that you're gonna have to kind of keep the abundance to yourself, even with him, which is kind of sucks to say, but it could be more of a sense that because this person is someone that you look up to ideal wise, and the way that this person looks to the world and his ideas about things, you want to keep the money from him because you don't want him or her to influence you in how to spend it, or what business it is that you're creating, or he or she might say something that kind of pisses you off in regards to it. So yeah, I don't see this as necessarily being a bad thing relationship wise, especially if the moon came up with a lover card or a father card. I don't see it as, oh, this person's keeping secrets from you. I actually see that as you having to keep a secret from him. Yeah, and the energy here was very confusing, so I picked up 2 clarifier cards. I got the Queen of Winter, which is the Queen of Swords, and for me that kind of confirmed the idea of, alright, well, in almost all ways, I'm gonna have to kind of set my boundaries and kind of speak up for myself and speak up to what my ideals are and what my life philosophies are. Because I get like very activist, because the King of Cups is very romantic and very artistic, but for some reason I'm getting a very activist vibe from this person, and I almost am getting a kind of divergence in how you both want to be activists and how you both view the world. This can also be someone that has taught you a lot about the world, especially since the High Priestess, Justice, and the Hierophant. These are all very heavy cards. So I feel like you may be in the process of learning things, and he or she has a big part of that. And now it's kind of coming to a time where, all right, you really don't need this person anymore, because you're kind of on your own now, mentally, and you kind of are setting your own ways and birthing new ideas. Yeah, so this part was very, very foggy, especially since the moon was here. I'd like to think it was that. But I also feel because there's so many different variations I'm getting, again, to keep the money a secret, possibly you may have to from someone you're dating, and definitely set boundaries and speak up for yourself artistically with this person, because this may also be an artist too, not just an activist, and you guys may be having differences in the way you view art and what you're creating and what you're setting out to do and the name you're trying to make for yourself. And I feel like you're gonna have to go within and make a decision, because even in this imagery here, this person feels like they're drowning. They're in the middle between two different dark and light. This could be your shadow self. This can be your shadow self, and this can be the self you present to the world. I feel like artistically you're at crossroads here with how you want to move forward, especially with all these cups here. I do feel like artists and Pisces are known to be very artistic as well. So I do feel very a conflict here regarding your art and what you want to represent. Moving forward, we did get the Nine of Cups again, and I wanted to clarify, I got the Knight of Cups in reverse as well as the Queen of Wands. So for me, the Queen of Wands is definitely more artistic related for some reason, especially the imagery here. This is someone that's just manifesting. This is someone that's creating. She's got candles all around her. She's got a wand, but the wand is very, if you look at it, I think it's the only card in this deck where the wand is decorated, I'm sorry. So I see this as your Nine of Cups being you found out, or you found a way to kind of express yourself artistically and you feel authentic. Where the Moon here, you were a little stumbling and you really weren't sure of yourself. I feel like this is you coming into who you are as an artist and getting your Nine of Cups from it. The Knight of Cups in reverse again to me is this person. It doesn't necessarily have to be a boyfriend or a lover. It could even literally be a father. It could just be a group of people in your life, especially since you got the Hierophant. It could be a group of people in your life that are trying to control you, control your art, control what you create, control what you think. And I think you get your Nine of Cups once you push past all that. I definitely see that. And especially even the beginning of the spread, since this is flanked by Justice, I think when you stand on your own 2 feet and you set that boundaries, because you got 2 representations of Libra here too. Because you got the Queen of Swords here, and they're both very detached, but they're very, very decisive. Libras are known for being decisive, but for some reason, the cards they represent, they're very, very decisive. So I do see you as needing to take that energy with your art and with your ideas and your opinions. Next, following the Eight of Cups with Strength to clarify, I don't see that as you walking away, but I see that as you being willing to walk away if people do not respect who you are and what you're trying to create. Strength is just, I like that it's kind of depicting the lion within someone. You're a very soft person that people may underestimate, but there's a lion inside of you. So if people don't see it, you're willing to walk away and cut them off. And I do definitely get the energy of maybe you do have to cut people off this month. Money kind of shows you who your friends are and who your family really are. And I do see that being the case for you here. Following that is a Chariot. And I did get the King of Wands to clarify. So I see this as all of this being confirmation of you coming into success. The King of Wands to me is more of a success card in this spread for you. Oh, you know what? I'm mistaken. I think all the wands are decorated in this deck. But he's using this one as kind of a torch. And it's also more lion energy next to the Strength card. So, again, I just feel as this is a representation of you needing to shine your light on the world and you being fearless and doing it and moving ahead and whoever has a problem with it, like you're just gonna keep going. You're not gonna let anything stop you in terms of creating something. I'm getting heavy on the art, but some of you may be business-wise. You may create something that's very, very useful. That's what I'm getting here too, especially since this was at the bottom of the deck. I got a lot of wands. I got a lot of cups. I only got really 2 sword representations. Oh, I'm sorry, 3. So yeah, most of this is going to be a very passionate, emotional month for you. You're going to be very, very fulfilled. I should mention I also see success in creating something that others have a need for some of you. This is a select few, because I don't see a lot. I don't actually know pentacles here at all. So while 9 of Cups is coming, I don't see a lot of practicality being needed here. I see a lot of inner strength with the Strength card, the High Priestess. And I see heart first instead of head. And kind of knowing who you are. And also doing that shadow work, because the High Priestess showed up with the Moon card. Moon card to me is always a sign to do shadow work. Always, always. Especially in my own personal readings. They've been coming up a lot lately. So yeah, I got sidetracked, but I did get, while I was shuffling, because I wanted to clarify, I got that some of you may be creating something, and it's not something original, but you did it in an original way, and you kind of got a leg up in a certain industry or a certain field, and you're gonna have to fight for your hold on it. It's very scattered the way I'm seeing it, but I see patent issues, I see imitation issues, I see false friends, false followers in this sense. So for a select few of you, I would be careful giving away too much about your ideas, and yeah, just don't overshare on social media. That's the big theme I feel like for you this month, is just keep a lot hidden, because you have a lot coming to you if you don't have it already. You got a lot of secret cards, and I don't feel like any of them are saying that secrets are being kept from you. I'm seeing that in multiple ways you need to keep secrets from other people, which is really interesting to me. I think Pisces and Scorpios, they're so mysterious. So this is actually the longest video I've made yet, so I do just want to get that out the way. And I want to pull an oracle for you. I do want to pull a Moonology oracle deck from my Moonology oracle deck. I'll shuffle those later. I didn't get a lot for love for you this month either, so I think I'll start with that. Just try to get a move on it, as I'm trying to keep my videos at a certain time. Oh, I just want to have fun with you. So maybe the Pisces, some Pisces, you're dealing with someone that's not necessarily a player. They may just even literally have said this to you. So this might not come as any surprise. Or this could be how you're feeling right now. Again, with all the great financial or however they're coming to you, there's a lot of abundance coming. You might not even want to be in a relationship right now. I also did get travel for some of you too. That Knight of Swords did feel like a travel card as well. So you may be traveling and meet people and just be like, right, this is what it is right now. I'm not trying to be tied down. And that's good given what your spread was in regards to keeping secrets. So if you are dealing with someone you're only just having fun with, it's not the best idea to tell them that you've come into some money. Another thing about me is I don't read multiple cards if they fall out. I just keep shuffling. As I mentioned, I'm very particular about the cards I read from. I go half by gut and then half by fly outs. Oh, let's see. I have guilt, shame, and deep remorse over past actions and words or hindering a situation. And it came out with a Divine Masculine card. I know I just contradicted myself since I said I don't read multiples. I'm talking about, like, I've seen readers pull out 4 or 5 cards, damn near 10, and I'll read them, all of them. Again, if my intuition tells me that these are together, normally they're stuck together, so I know. But these two I am reading together, and it is looking like someone's masculine, divine masculine, is feeling bad about something. So you may be getting a past lover coming to you this full moon. And it's funny enough, before I put them down, deception was at the bottom of the deck. So that also coincides with the moon card for some of you. I didn't get that energy during the spread. That was a separate thing. But for some of you, this could be a deceptive person coming around. It's maybe once they see how good you're doing, you may have to fight off a past love or someone you thought was a past love. I do want to go into my Moonology deck. There we go. Since the full moon is coming, I do want to get a moon message for my Pisces. Oh, there we go. Balance, spirituality, and practicality. And this is full moon in Pisces. Okay. Funny, as I said, I didn't get any pentacle cards for you this time around, so not much practicality. And I did not actually get the message to go with your heart in a lot of matters, but I feel like this is more practical in the sense of be smart. Once you start getting into all that abundant, fulfilling Nine of Cups energy, to like be really practical with your money and also be very safe. Because I also heard the word vultures when I did your spread. I didn't get any 7 of Wands, so it's looking that like your money is safe. No one is going to take it. Oh, actually, alright, so I got the 6 of Pentacles. That was your first card. So yeah, I did get a Pentacles card for you. So yeah, just be careful. Don't over give. And make sure the people asking are people that actually need it. Because the people who may actually need it are most likely the ones that are being quiet and that have too much pride, and they might be scared to ask for help. So I would just check in on those people first before just giving away whatever you have. And I'll do one more. I'm trying to get more into this deck. This is the Starseed Oracle. It's a beautiful deck, but I just, for some reason, I don't connect to it that much. Oh, this one was hard to come out. Trust the timing. Trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. I think that also goes along with how I felt. You all were, or the energy you're all in right now is where you're just really chill. Just like riding whatever wave comes in. You're not very complacent. You're not like stagnant, but you're very steadfast and you're very happy because good things are in your life and you know more good things are coming. So I think that's kind of just a reinforcement to stay in that energy. So yeah, a very positive spread for you this month. I think like one of the best so far. Knock on wood. I do hope there, you know what, for everyone else, I got a really bad start and a really good finish. I think for you it was just positivity everywhere, and if anything, it got better and better. So congratulations. I apologize in advance for like the lighting and my camera shaking, but I did hope that the message at least got across to you. If you can all like and subscribe, that would be great. If you ever want to like let me know that it resonated, that'd be great too. I have my Instagram and my Twitter in the description box. So I'll leave you there, and I will see you most likely next week. I'm going to try to do weekly videos for all the signs. So enjoy your full moon. Stay safe. Bye. Oh, let's try this one more time. Goodbye.